Hello YouTubers, welcome back to one of my drawing videos. In this tutorial, we are going to be drawing Ultron from the Marvel Universe. So get your favorite pencil, get a good piece of paper, subscribe to this channel, and start off with a basic circle shape for the top of his head. And remember to always draw very loosely and lightly at first, because we are not going to use all these lines later on. We're going to cover some of them up. And then he's going to be like a little slightly turned a bit. This because he's like looking this way. He's a robot. And then we draw his jawline. And it's almost the same shape as any other jawline we've drawn. Then you're going to draw the bottom of the neck. And then we're going to put in our guidelines to set up where his eyes will go. He doesn't really have a nose, so maybe we'll just draw a line that will set up where his mouth is. If you remember, he's got like a robotic kind of mouth. And then you're going to put the center line to know where the middle of his face is going to be. And then we're going to draw two different curved lines across on both sides, like this. That's to set up where the sides of his face are. And then, to start this off with the greater details, we are going to draw these cylinder shapes on both sides. Well, actually, one side. So you start with this tall sideways oval. No, tall oval on the left. And you're going to draw two parallel lines at the top. These are like the earpieces. Sort of similar to Iron Man's helmet, except taller and thicker. Then you're going to draw another smaller one at the bottom. Going to be drawn the same way. Then you're going to close this off. I'm going to beef up the top a little bit. And then coming out of those things are these, right in the middle of these, there are these triangle shapes on both sides. Then on this side, you're going to draw this large and tall, really skinny triangular shape. These are like his antennas. So you got that. Now you're going to beef up this side of his face and draw that. All right. And then we should probably draw let's beef up this side of his head, and then we'll get the other antenna. Then you're going to draw a small little triangle. On both sides, make sure they line up with the other ones. And then we draw another that's skinny triangle shape for the antenna itself. And then you darken it up. So there's the antenna. All right, now that we got that, we are going to draw, let's start with the top part of his face. It's gonna go like this. It's gonna follow that curve, and then you're gonna repeat the process on the same side. And then on this side, we're gonna draw a curve that follows this one. Then you're gonna draw this shape here. Draw these shapes. Then you're going to repeat the same process on this side for the other side of his face. You're going to draw the other straight line on here, except it's smaller because he's turned, and that's part of perspective. And then you're going to draw these two kind of square shapes. And then we're going to draw this V shape, well, upside down V shape right at the top of here. Then we're going to draw two rectangles with a bit of space in the middle, like that. And then right down here, you're going to draw a circle. It's like his speaker, maybe. And then up here, we're going to draw a big square. That follows the shape of everything. Then and draw the edges of that square shape too. Get in the top. And then we're going to put ovals or circles that become ovals at the top. And then you're going to draw these crescent moons inside because they're kind of like holes. These indicate them. And then we are going to darken in the side of his neck a little. And then we'll draw some parallel lines that go like this. And then we draw the eyes themselves. And one's going to be here. They're both going to be squares. And then we're going to put circles inside them. And then if you'd like, you can maybe draw a few circular shapes inside his mouth. If you remember, he's got like a black inside of his mouth with red stuff inside it. Just be creative. And there you have it. You have your very own picture of Ultron. Hope you all had fun. I'll see you next time.